Hey, what you gotta say? This is Jackie from Out of the Cloakroom coming right back at you with the conclusion to part 2 of Jacob Makes It to the East Side. We're going to find out today if Leah betrayed her younger sister Rachel and followed her father's orders and went into the tent with Jacob. What y'all think happened? Well, please click like and share this video. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to receive notifications of new video content. Share this video with everyone that you know, and thank you in advance to those of you that will click like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And please leave some comments in the comment section.
Yeah!
All right, now let's get into this. Part 2 of the series, Urban Tales of the Bible, Bible Stories with a Contemporary Urban Flair by T.S. Holder. Chapter 1, Genesis 29, Jacob Makes It to the East Side. Part 2, conclusion, or is it the conclusion? Well, family, we ended the last excerpt after Laban threw a huge house party for Jacob, and it was time for Jacob to consummate his marriage. You know, it was time to get down to real grown folks' business. Laban told his ugly daughter Leah to get her crack in that tent with Jacob, cause she knew like he did that this was her only opportunity to get a man. Do you think that Leah went into the tent? Remember, if you enjoy this content, hit like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. When you hit the bell, you will know when I'm on again for part 3 of this excerpt or other content. Also, please leave a comment in the comment section. You can purchase this series, Urban Tales of the Bible, Bible Stories with a Contemporary Urban Flair by T.S. Holder, parts 1, 2, and 3 on Amazon.com, Barnes & Nobles, and Apple Books. Or if you would like an autographed copy, or a copy should I say, which I personally think is the better option, just send an email to tshholder@supernatural.com. That's SUPRNATRL@gmail.com for details on how to get your autographed copies. Just put autographed copies in the subject line, and this series is also a great gift idea. Mother's Day is just next Sunday, so hop on it. Well, family, I think some of you guessed it right. Leah went into the tent. Girlfriend knew that she had no other options when it came to getting a man, so she took what presented itself. Wow. How do you think Jacob is going to feel about this after working 7 long years for his beautiful Rachel? And we're not even going to talk about how Rachel's going to feel about her older sister stealing her man. Once Leah was in the tent, and since Jacob had never been with Rachel before, he didn't know the difference in their bodies. So Jacob proceeded to get down to grown folks' business with whom he thought was the one he loved. That tent was rocking that night as Jacob pulled out all of the stops that he had been rehearsing in his mind to let his Rachel know just how much he loved her. But when morning came, Lord, it hit the fan and all the bets were off. Jacob rolled over and opened his eyes to behold his beautiful Rachel in the morning light. And girl, the man screamed. Yes, child, he actually screamed. Rumor has it that Jacob ran out of that tent like he saw a snake or something. The look on his face was like he was petrified. He came flying out of that tent with a quickness and did the 100-yard dash to get to his Uncle Laban. Bruh was in full stride to find his uncle. He was running to find his Uncle Laban. He thought about the trick that he and his mother had pulled on his father Isaac and his brother Esau, and how this must be punishment and payback for what they did. When Jacob finally found his Uncle Laban, he said, "You truly are my mother's brother. This is the same kind of mess that she pulled on my father and my brother. Her foolishness is why I had to come here with you. What have you done to me? How could you do this to me after how hard I worked for you and for free for 7 years? I thought that we were better than this. You just like my mother. If you weren't my uncle, I'd beat you within an inch of your life. I served you for Rachel, not lazy-eyed, ugly, and can't get a man Leah. Why? We know by now that Uncle Laban is quick to run game and has a slick mouth. So he replied, young blood, calm down. You gotta know how we do things around here. No one gives the baby girl away before the older one is married. Come on now, you really expected me to break custom for you? I know that you're family and all, but dude, really? I knew that you showed up on my doorstep out of nowhere because you were running from something. I know my sister Rebecca, and you did not just come here for a visit. And why in the world would you think that 7 years is enough for my beautiful baby girl? Do you know how many of these shepherds have made me offers for Rachel? And since you came on the scene, the offers have been pouring in. Young blood, anyone can see how you two have been checking for each other since you got here. It is not our custom to give the baby girl before the older one is married. Now go and enjoy your honeymoon with Leah, and because you still want Rachel, if you work another 7 years for free, I will give you Rachel. Now get out of my face and go enjoy my daughter. Jacob left, but believe me when I tell you he was 38 hot and wanted to do his uncle, that is what it was. All the way back to the tent, he thought about how he had lost his beautiful Rachel, and how could he trust his uncle to do the right thing after another 7 years. More importantly, he did not think that Rachel would want him after he had been with her sister. That's like breaking sister code, you know. But because he loved Rachel so much, he forced himself to spend the honeymoon week with Leah, and because he did, his Uncle Laban felt bad, as he should have, about the boy being with ugly Leah and surprised Jacob with Rachel right after the honeymoon week was over. Laban surprised Rachel and gave her his servant Bilhah as her assistant. Either Unc was feeling generous or feeling bad about the stunt he pulled on his 2 daughters and his nephew. If you thought that the tent was rocking when Jacob was with Leah, you gotta know that Jacob sent Leah out for the night with the girls while he made the tent romantic for Rachel. Jacob had rose petals all over the tent floor and bed. He had scented Amber Campbell's burning. The hot tub was ready, and of course some sweet red wine. Jacob made serious love to Rachel that night, y'all. He had held back a few tricks when he was with Leah, thinking that he would need to keep them for later, but this time he held nothing back. After the honeymoon with Rachel, Jacob found that having his true love by his side made the next 7 years go by faster than the first 7 years. Well, family, that's it for that excerpt. Leah went on in and got her man. That's right, she didn't care. She didn't want to hurt her sister Rachel, but she wanted a man. Remember, family, if you enjoyed this content, hit like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. When you hit the bell, you will know when I am on again for part 2, 3, or 4, and other content. Also, please leave a comment in the comment sections. Remember, you can purchase this series, Urban Tales of the Bible, Bible Stories with a Contemporary Urban Flair by T.S. Holder, part 1, 2, and 3 on Amazon.com, or if you would like an autographed copy or copies, which I personally think are better, send an email to tsholder@supernatural.com, SUPRNATRL@gmail.com for details on how to get your autographed copies. Just put autographed copies in the subject line. This series is also a great gift idea for a birthday, pastor's anniversary, Mother's Day is coming up, or plan ahead for the end of the year holidays. Remember, if you enjoyed this content, you know what to do. I think I've said it enough. You know what to do. Thanks for listening. And remember, those that know and love the Lord will do great exploits. So you go on out there and do what? Be great.